Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and welcome back to Turner Tuesday. Now, this week's pretty interesting because we actually spent most of the time actually doing stuff, so it's really hard to compress it down into one of these, recap videos, but I made it work, so hopefully you're okay. If you want more details and you want to see it all, just go watch the stream, because it is saved on the channel, so you don't have to, I don't know, it's pretty easy to find. So basically, this episode was a side characters part 2. Now, the part 1 of this was actually pretty loose and we didn't really do too much. But this time we actually had an outline and we answered 4 questions for each side character, plus Xavier was thrown in there as well. So I think it's good to look at all of these because these will be the backbones to all these new characters. So for a lot of the characters, I tried to include a little bit of the brainstorming process just so that it wasn't super short. And then at the end, I included a small segment at the very end so that you could actually see the entire 4 questions answered. So that way you could just pause and read it. So hopefully that works. That's the only way I could compress it down because we spent a lot of time actually talking and doing stuff this week. So hopefully you're alright with that. Now the theme for next week is actually going to be the government. And so it's going to be really fun because we're starting our adventure of the world building process. Now there's not going to be any break between the characters, but there will be time codes down in the comments below as always. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say because we're just going down the list of characters, starting with Xavier, I believe. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and check this out. Well, here's the thing. We should be asking ourselves, does Xavier want to stay out of Nico's life because he feels like if he's in it, he's just going to mess more things up? Or does he feel like he needs to make up for what he did, so he's going to try to intervene with Nico doing whatever he wants? That's what we should be asking, because that is really going to define his relationship with Nico, because if he wants to stay out of Nico's life because he feels like he ruined it and he wants to just not mess anything else up, then he's going to be more distant and he's not going to be as close with Nico. However, if he is more trying to protect Nico because he doesn't want something else to happen, then he's going to be more overprotective with Nico. I feel like what makes more sense in this situation is Xavier, if we're making it that he wants karma to hit him, I don't think he's going to want to interfere with Nico. I don't know. For some reason, I'm just getting vibes. If he's more soft and he's more guilty about what he did, my guess would be that he just doesn't want to make another mistake with Nico. So he's going to try to stay out of the influence because I'm assuming, we don't know exactly what caused Nico's eye incident, but we are assuming that it was based on something that Xavier did. So based on that, I would think that Xavier would want to, stay away and be like, you know what, I don't want it to be my fault again. But I don't know. What if Xavier sabotages any access Nico has to extreme sports? So maybe he's from the shadows. He's trying, he's asking their teachers, being like, hey, don't recommend him to do any sports or anything, but he's not talking to Nico directly, so he's indirectly trying to help Nico. So to the viewers, it would seem like at first Xavier's pretty distant with Nico because he tries to avoid him, but maybe he is the puppet master in the back who's secretly, helping out Nico, or I guess helping out Nico by, doing things that Nico doesn't see. When Nico finds out about Xavier, he lashes out at him because he perceives it as Xavier controlling him. Yeah, good character development. Okay. This trauma is going to affect him in everyday life as well. So I would assume that he keeps to himself more often because he's afraid that if he gets involved with other people, he's going to cause issues for them as well. He tries to not get close with anybody, but aside from Ellie, I feel like Ellie's gonna be this great character, living a normal life and protecting Nico and Ellie. Okay, I think that's good. I'll go ahead and copy that. Did that copy? I'm not sure it did. Alright, is this good? Okay. So as far as Nico goes, does he act differently with Nico than he does with everybody else? I feel like he would. He does, I would assume he does whatever Nico asks him to, even if he doesn't want to. I guess we could put that there. This category is a little interesting because we can put so many different things in there. Alright, we should probably get back onto Adam. What is Adam's goal? And maybe simply just, let's see, what did I say earlier? I said, confessing to Nico, even if he knows that Nico's not interested. Is Adam gonna be like the one like, I won't lose, and then they end up losing, like in like rom-com stuff or whatever? Or is he gonna be like, you know what? It's fine if he doesn't notice me, I just, you know, it's okay if he doesn't return my feelings. It's just I wanted to get them out there so that way I could move on. Okay, there we go. You know what? We'll do this actually for now. We can decide that later. Imagine him as that background character that is always doing something else. You always see him wherever you go. Oh, I didn't know you worked here. Oh yeah, I work here, 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 and here, and here. I imagine people love him, but are also terrified of him at the same time, because if you see him, that means something's up, something important's happening. But it's like he's a friendly guy to be with, I would assume, if I remember correctly. Third of the people are scared of the test. Okay. So then what's his goal? Is his goal to become a bard? His goal is to have a lazy life. Okay. I feel like Ellie should be this down-to-earth character, which is why she's so good with Xavier, because, you know, she can get Xavier to think rationally about it, even though his heart doesn't feel the way. He might, like, know, like, okay, well, it's okay, he's fine with it, but he somehow doesn't feel it. He's like, I don't know, I just can't forgive myself. Is Kate annoyed by Ellie and how much time she spends in the cat cafe? I think that would be funny if Kate and Ellie just had this ongoing clash, like, why are you in my cafe? You've been here for 5 hours. That's the most popular seat. Get out. Kate. Bad. Okay, and then everybody else. How does everybody else view Ellie? Most people think Ellie is too sophisticated to handle. They don't understand what she tells him. I like that. What if, like, I would assume that she does really good in school if she's a smarter character, right? So she could just spend her time in the cafe because, one, you know, cafes are the pretty standard place for you to do homework. At least that's what it seems like. And two, Xavier's there. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone, right? But she could just have this aura around her. You know how shows do that with like this imaginary aura that people somehow feel? It could be this aura of intense, like, studying. And it's like, that's why Kate hates her so much, is because she's giving off this aura, and people, like, if she's sitting by the window, people can see this intense writing and doing a bunch of note-taking and stuff, and it's like, people don't want to go in there because they could feel the presence from outside of the cafe. And so that's why Kate gets so annoyed, like, you can stay here for an hour, but get lost after that. Here's Ellie. Kate's character isn't somebody who's going to be directly in the show. She's just going to be that character that people know exists, but is like, eh. So it can be something simple like cats, I guess. Some dogs. She needs Ellie to leave. I would say cats is probably actually fairly good because she has a cat cafe. Kate needs more business support. That would be something that she wants. She wants more business. She wants more customers. Alright, what is her goal? To be the very best. She wants to get into trouble and challenge authority, but she needs to find the people that will support her and help her grow. Yeah, let's just use that. So she needs the people that will help her grow to become more mature, but she wants to not mature, and she wants to stay like a little kid. And she wants attention. Okay, I like that too. Okay, what is Skye's relationship with others? I would think most people find her a bit annoying, right? That's pretty safe to assume, I would think. What if her goal was to live life the way she wanted it with no restraints? So like live life the way she wants to live it. Maybe, okay, so if we're talking about Joe, maybe we should be a little bit biased towards him and Blake. Because I assume the episode, well, I don't know. There's a couple different ways I could see this playing out. One is in a flashback, and these could happen, these both could happen. One's a flashback where we see Blake talking with Joe about something, okay? Another thing is in the future when Blake gets Callisto back and we have, you know, he's just going around trying to rebuild the connections, just trying to be a better guy again. Maybe he goes and talks to Joe and is like, hey, look, I'm sorry for being absent. I'm back. I still want to be your friend or something. Joe needs to know that he's a good enough friend. I like that. I like that. What if we are a little bit biased towards Blake and say that Joe wants to help Blake? What if we said that? You'll feel no shame in that, yeah. Well, I'm just saying as an example for things that we could see in the final episodes, where it's like, I just don't want the final episode to be like, oh, that's it, final battle, it's over. Like, there should be a couple episodes, whether or not they're extra episodes and not included in the season or whatever. I just want to see what happens after they beat the king, you know? Like, also, like, seeing, like having a huge time skip and seeing, like, a future episode, sort of like what Phineas and Ferb did, in, like, seeing them in the future. I want to see that. Like, Luna and Nico's child, and Xavier and Ellie's child, and seeing what they do, and whatever. To learn all about food. Like that, too. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, you could leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.